Recovery is possible.
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 Recovery dialogues and sober stories.
Welcome to Recovery Dialogues and Sober Stories. I'm your host, Antonio Matta. In this special bonus episode, we revisit some of the most inspiring moments from Season 2's debut on the power of healthy habits, positive relationships, and self-care in recovery. Today, we will be highlighting insights from the episode's featured guests. Richard, a lived experience expert who has overcome addiction and is now in sustained recovery, and Isabelle Wettergren, a national board certified health and wellness coach, as well as a certified professional recovery coach who also has her own recovery story. In this Recovery Rewind, we will dig deeper into some insights shared in that episode. So let's dive right in.
Practicing mindfulness is a very important way to develop this overall well-being. You're cultivating this sense of awareness with your body, with your emotions, and with your mind. And that takes time.
Another method is mindfulness, very popular thing these days. Spirituality, people of faith have a leg up on recovery. But these are just examples.
You know, it's captivating how the simple act of being present can hold such profound influence over our lives, especially when navigating the challenging waters of addiction and mental health issues. Mindfulness practice has emerged not just as a buzzword, but as a cornerstone in the recovery process for many individuals. As Isabelle Wettergren shared with us, practicing mindfulness is very important. You're cultivating this sense of awareness with your body, with your emotions, and with your mind. And that takes time. Her words resonate deeply, reminding us that recovery isn't just about abstaining from harmful behaviors. It's about nurturing a holistic sense of well-being. Research backs this up. Mindfulness-based interventions, or MBIs, have been integrated into treatment protocols with remarkable success. They've been shown to enhance distress tolerance, improve coping skills, and reduce those pesky maladaptive behaviors associated with substance use. In other words, mindfulness helps us face the storm rather than fight it or flee from it. Think about it. Addiction is increasingly recognized as a chronic relapsing disorder. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And in this marathon, mindfulness serves as both the steady pace and the breath that keeps us going. It fosters sustainable recovery, promoting not just abstinence, but an overall improvement in health and quality of life. Delving a bit deeper, mindfulness meditation enhances what's called meta-awareness. Now, before your eyes glaze over with that term, let me break it down. Meta-awareness is our ability to step back and observe our thoughts and feelings without getting tangled up in them. It's like watching clouds drift by instead of getting caught in the storm. This heightened self-regulation is a game changer in addressing addictive behaviors. Rather than suppressing unwanted thoughts and feelings, a strategy that usually backfires, we learn to confront and process them. Studies have shown that MBIs can significantly reduce cravings and alleviate the emotional roller coaster of early recovery, such as guilt and shame, which are common relapse triggers. On a neurobiological level, mindfulness doesn't just change our minds, it changes our brains. Consistent practice stimulates neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. This is crucial in recovery as it supports the development of healthier thought patterns and behaviors. It's like upgrading the software of our minds to run more efficiently and resiliently. Now, You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually incorporate mindfulness into my daily life? The good news is that mindfulness is incredibly accessible. Simple practices like mindful breathing exercises, meditation, or even yoga can be woven into your routine. Setting aside just a few minutes each day can cultivate present moment awareness and reduce stress. For instance, the next time you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, try this. Pause, take a deep breath, and observe what's happening within you without judgment. It's a small step, but it's powerful. Mindful movement practices like yoga not only improve physical well-being, but also deepen the connection between mind and body, a connection that's essential in recovery. Moreover, mindfulness can be a valuable ally alongside traditional therapies. Integrating mindfulness-based relapse prevention strategies with cognitive behavioral therapy has shown enhanced treatment outcomes. It's like having both a map and a compass on your journey, addressing both the psychological and physiological facets of recovery. In today's digital age, mindfulness practices are more accessible than ever. There are numerous apps and online programs offering guided meditations and exercises, making it easier for individuals, especially younger ones, grappling with social media or substance use challenges to engage with these practices. Reflecting on all this, it's clear that mindfulness isn't just a tool, it's a lifeline. It empowers us to face our challenges with grace and resilience. It's a reminder that while we can't always control the waves, we can learn to surf.
Surrounding yourself with a community of people where everyone genuinely wants everyone to succeed. Want to be a space where people can trust one another and they share stories and solutions. So joining a recovery community is a multiplier of recovery.
For me, the access of strength comes largely from other people and from community. You're all together. There might be a collective sense of confidence. There's certainly a common sense of aspiration.
They say it takes a village, and in the journey of recovery, this couldn't be more true. The impact of positive relationships on long-term recovery and mental well-being is both profound and multifaceted. Research shows that perceived social support doesn't just make us feel good, it significantly enhances our physical and mental health. It reduces anxiety and depression, promotes overall mental well-being, and creates a buffer against the stresses that can trigger relapse. In the context of addiction recovery, social support is like the wind beneath our wings. It bolsters self-efficacy and self-esteem, facilitating smoother reintegration into society and reducing the likelihood of relapse. As Isabelle Wettergren shared with us, surrounding yourself with a community of people where everyone genuinely wants everyone to succeed. Joining a recovery community is a multiplier of recovery. Her words paint a vivid picture of how being part of a supportive network doesn't just add to our recovery, it multiplies its effectiveness. Peer support groups and recovery communities play a pivotal role in sustaining sobriety. These aren't just gatherings, they're sanctuaries where individuals can share experiences, challenges, and triumphs. They foster a sense of belonging and mutual understanding that's hard to find elsewhere. The social learning that occurs in these spaces allows members to observe and emulate positive behaviors from peers who've successfully navigated their recovery journeys. Models like AAM, which emphasize affirming language and support the disease model of addiction, have been shown to enhance confidence and self-esteem among participants. It's about creating an environment where individuals feel valued and understood, an essential component for maintaining long-term sobriety. So, how can we build and maintain these supportive networks? One effective strategy is selective engagement with social connections interactions that promote recovery and well-being. Research indicates that individuals in long-term recovery often become more discerning about their social interactions. They gravitate towards relationships with family members and peers who are also in recovery. It's like curating a personal support team that's aligned with your goals. Fostering connections through community involvement, volunteering, and participating in recovery-oriented activities can also enhance social capital. Engaging in these activities not only strengthens personal connections, but also contributes to a sense of purpose and belonging, vital components of sustained recovery. It's amazing how giving back can simultaneously fill us up. The influence of social connection on relapse rates and mental health outcomes is well documented. Reliable social networks are associated with lower relapse rates and improved mental health outcomes among individuals recovering from substance use disorders. There's a negative correlation between feelings of interconnectedness and relapse risk, underscoring the importance of maintaining strong social ties during recovery. Interestingly, social support doesn't just impact our emotional well-being, it also enhances exercise self-efficacy. This has been identified as a significant mediator in reducing relapse tendencies. Engaging in physical activity within a supportive social context not only promotes health, but also reinforces commitment to sobriety. It's like hitting two birds with one stone, improving physical health and strengthening recovery resolve. In today's digital age, online communities have emerged as valuable resources for those seeking support during recovery. Platforms like Reddit provide a pseudonymous environment where individuals can share their experiences and seek advice without the fear of stigma. This accessibility can be particularly beneficial for those who may feel isolated or marginalized in their immediate social circles. The flexibility of online support groups can bridge gaps in access to traditional recovery resources, especially during times like the recent pandemic when in-person meetings were limited. Building and maintaining supportive networks does require intentional effort and commitment. It's about actively seeking out and cultivating relationships that reinforce your recovery goals. Participating in recovery-oriented activities, attending support group meetings, and engaging with community resources are practical steps. But perhaps more importantly, fostering open communication and vulnerability within these relationships can enhance the depth of support received. Sharing struggles and successes strengthens bonds and creates a more resilient support network. Let's not forget the invaluable role of peer mentors and role models in recovery. These individuals provide guidance, encouragement, and a sense of hope. By sharing their own experiences and strategies for overcoming challenges, peer mentors can inspire others to remain committed to their recovery goals. The reciprocal nature of these relationships, where both mentor and mentee benefit, further underscores the importance of social support in recovery. Recovery isn't a journey meant to be taken alone. The relationships we build and the communities we engage with become the scaffolding that supports lasting change. They remind us that we're part of something bigger than ourselves, and that together we can overcome challenges that might seem insurmountable on our own.
Setting healthy boundaries is a very efficient way. It is so important, not only setting boundaries for yourself, but also being able to recognize boundaries into others and really playing in it in that zone of comfort. So setting those healthy boundaries really help in not only in recovery, but in life in general.
Have you ever paused to consider the invisible lines that define your personal space, your emotional limits, and your mental health? These are our boundaries, and establishing and maintaining them is crucial, especially for those of us navigating the challenges of addiction and mental health disorders. As our insightful guest, Isabelle Wettergren, once shared, setting healthy boundaries is a very, very efficient way. It is so important not only setting boundaries for yourself, but also being able to recognize boundaries into others and really playing in that zone of comfort. Her words resonate deeply, highlighting that boundaries aren't just about keeping others at a distance. They're about creating a safe space where we can thrive. Healthy boundaries serve as a protective mechanism, allowing us to define our personal limits and fostering a sense of safety and control in our lives. They play a significant role in preventing relapse and enhancing overall well-being. But how do we go about setting these boundaries? Let's explore some strategies that can guide us on this path. First and foremost, self-awareness is the bedrock of effective boundary setting. It's about taking the time to understand our own needs, triggers, and limits. Reflective practices like journaling, therapy, or mindfulness exercises can be incredibly helpful. By recognizing our emotional and physical limits, we can better articulate what we need from ourselves and others. Imagine sitting down with a journal at the end of the day, reflecting on moments when you felt overwhelmed or drained. What triggered those feelings? How did you respond? This self-exploration cultivates a deeper understanding of ourselves, enabling us to set boundaries that protect our mental health. Next, effective communication is key. It's one thing to know our boundaries, but expressing them clearly and assertively is another challenge. Learning to use I statements can make all the difference. Instead of saying, "You always expect too much from me," we might say, "I need some time to rest and recharge." This shifts the focus to our feelings and needs, reducing the likelihood of defensiveness or conflict. Research indicates that setting clear boundaries and communicating them effectively can reduce psychological stress and enhance our recovery experiences. It's about being honest with ourselves and others, even when it's uncomfortable. Finally, let's not underestimate the power of support systems. Engaging with supportive friends, family members, or recovery groups provides encouragement and validation. These connections reinforce our boundaries and offer accountability. A qualitative study emphasized the importance of individualized goal setting in recovery, and having a support network can be instrumental in achieving those goals. Think about the comfort of sharing your journey with someone who understands, someone who celebrates your victories and supports you through setbacks. This sense of community can alleviate feelings of isolation and strengthen our resolve to maintain healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries contribute significantly to mental well-being by creating a structured environment where we can flourish. They help prevent overwhelm and burnout, common pitfalls in recovery. By delineating what's acceptable and what's not, we reduce anxiety and stress, leading to improved emotional regulation. Moreover, the psychological benefits extend beyond preventing relapse. Establishing boundaries fosters a sense of empowerment and self-efficacy. We learn to advocate for our needs and prioritize our well-being, leading to increased self-esteem and a more positive self-image. It also enhances our relationships, encouraging mutual respect and understanding. After all, healthy boundaries allow us to engage in relationships that are supportive and nurturing rather than toxic or enabling. Communicating and upholding boundaries effectively requires practice and consistency. It's important to regularly revisit our boundaries to ensure they remain relevant and effective. This might involve periodic self-reflection or open discussions with trusted individuals in our support network. It's also essential to recognize that boundaries may evolve over time. Life changes, and so do we. Being flexible while remaining firm in our limits is crucial. Research suggests that long-term recovery strategies often require establishing new routines that support our well-being. Ongoing communication about boundaries facilitates this process, promoting a culture of respect and understanding. Setting healthy boundaries is not simply about keeping others at arm's length. It's about creating a safe and nurturing space for ourselves, a space where we can heal, grow, and thrive. Boundaries are not walls. They're bridges to better relationships with ourselves and those around us.
One of the lifestyle change that is often overlooked, in my opinion, and this is totally biased because I have a background in kinesiology, is the importance of having physical activity throughout the day. What happens when we are participating in physical activity, and this is especially true for moderate to vigorous activity, is that the brain and the body gets more oxygen, and that can help us repair some damage that we have done to the brain during our active phase.
It's incredible how our bodies and minds are so intricately connected. Physical exercise isn't just about building muscles or shedding pounds. It's a powerful catalyst for transformation, especially for those on the path to recovery. Recent research has unveiled some remarkable insights into how exercise can promote brain healing after addiction. At the neurobiological level, physical activity modulates neurotransmitter systems. Think of dopamine and glutamate, the chemicals responsible for reward and pleasure. Regular exercise can increase dopamine concentrations in the brain in a way that's fundamentally healthier than the artificial spikes caused by addictive substances. Our guest, Isabelle Wettergren, shared profound thoughts on this, emphasizing one of the lifestyle changes that is often overlooked, in my opinion, is the importance of having physical activity throughout the day. What happens when we are participating in physical activity, especially moderate to vigorous activity, is that the brain and the body get more oxygen, and that can help us repair some damage that we have done to the brain during our active phase. Isn't it fascinating how something as accessible as movement can have such a profound impact? Exercise promotes the release of endorphins, our body's natural feel-good chemicals. These endorphins contribute to feelings of pleasure and overall well-being, supporting us in recovery by providing a natural boost that can counteract cravings. But the benefits don't stop at the chemical level. Physical activity plays a significant role in improving mental health during recovery. Studies have shown that structured exercise programs can significantly alleviate symptoms of depression and anxiety, common companions during recovery. For instance, an 8-week exercise program reduced psychological symptoms of depression in individuals recovering from methamphetamine dependence. This suggests that exercise isn't just a physical endeavor, it's a holistic approach to healing. Different types of exercise can offer varied benefits. Aerobic activities like running, swimming, or cycling have been highlighted for their effectiveness. They've been shown to reduce cravings and decrease substance use in individuals with dependencies, such as those recovering from cannabis use. The intensity and duration matter too. The greater the commitment to regular, vigorous activity, the more profound the mental health improvements. Community-oriented physical activities add another layer of support. Participating in group exercises like yoga classes or even high-intensity training programs like CrossFit not only boosts physical health, but also fosters social connections. And let's be honest, recovery can sometimes feel isolating. Engaging in physical activity within a supportive community can provide that much-needed sense of belonging and encourage us to stay the course. The evidence supporting exercise as an intervention in addiction treatment programs is robust and growing. Regular physical activity doesn't just address the physical ramifications of addiction, it contributes to psychological healing as well. By integrating exercise into treatment regimens, we're embracing a holistic approach that acknowledges the interconnectedness of mind and body. Moreover, the impact of exercise on brain function extends into the realm of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Physical activity can induce changes in gene expression related to neuroplasticity, particularly in areas of the brain associated with addiction and reward. This means exercise doesn't just help us feel better in the moment, it may facilitate long-term healing and recovery from the neurobiological effects of addiction. It's safe to say that Incorporating physical activity into our recovery journey isn't just a recommendation. It's a powerful tool for transformation. It offers a natural, accessible way to heal, to find joy, and to reconnect with ourselves. Well, that about does it for this special bonus episode. We hope the insights and commentary resonated with you. Our philosophy at Recovery Dialogues and Sober Stories is that recovery is about reaching your fullest potential by making positive, deliberate life changes that enhance the quality of your existence. It's about aligning your choices with mental wellness and empowered well-being. If you found value in today's episode, please like, download, share, or leave a comment. Stay tuned for more bonus content leading up to the premiere of what we hope will be the most impactful season yet. We have an active GoFundMe campaign to support the show's launch of Season 3. The link is in the episode description. Every dollar counts, so no donation is too small. If you or someone you know would like to take support to the next level, we're seeking sponsors for the new season. Feel free to contact me directly for more details. Thank you for listening. Stay mindful, stay connected, and keep embracing your path to recovery. Until next time, take care.
Recovery is possible.
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 Recovery dialogues and sober stories.